Welcome to Option Trades Today. I'm Tony the Bat Batista. I got a trade for you today on September 21st. Grandma Beanie, you might know her. That's my mom. She passed away a few years ago. Today's her birthday. So I've got a patent pending trade for you today in SPX. But first, let's honor her memory, for me at least, to the best mom that anybody ever knew. I love you with all my heart, Mom. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. All right, let's take a quick look at the market. Let's see what's going on. E-mini S&Ps down 45.5 handles. NASDAQ down 187. And Russell down 18. Dow down 162. You can see on a percentage basis here that the Dow is still the strongest of the group like it was yesterday. And the E-mini S&Ps, the NASDAQ, and the Russell are all down around the same. One thing that is nice to see, if you're looking for new trades, over the last couple of days, volatility is back up to 17. You can see here over the last 2 days that volatility has expanded, and it's expanding right now in the overall market. So when we take a look over here at our list, I have high option volume list. You could certainly put whatever you want in there. This gives me a good list of what's trading today. SPX is up there. And of course, over the last 5 days, because /VX is the volatility in SPX, it has gone up by around 3.2% over the last 5 days to just under 20 to 19.3. So I am going to not have to worry about any type of earnings coming out. I've now got my setup that I like to have, volatility expanding. I got an IVR or an IV rank in SPX that's high relative to itself, as you can see right here. Volatility, except for this little blip up that we had back in March, where volatility got a lot higher in the market than it has now. This is about the highest it gets to on a consistent basis. So I'm going to take advantage of that ever so slightly by an omnidirectional. I do a lot of these in this podcast. Trade in SPX. Now, SPX is a very big product, $4,357. So I am going to use defined risk on my trade. So what am I going to do here in SPX? Well, I'm going to go to the put side, and I already loaded it up here for you, but I'm going to go through each individual strike for you. I'll go to the strikes in just a moment, but let's take a look at the Greeks here, or at least not just the Greeks, the numbers that give us the probability of success. Well over 90%, 91% probability of success. It does give us a positive theta decay. What's theta decay? That's how much you get paid if it's a positive number, $4.50 to hold the risk. Or if it's a negative number, how much it's costing you to hold a position to have that opportunity. Delta on this trade is long 1.54. That's deltas in SPX. And then the max profit, $5,250 on the buying power of $4,750 on this defined risk trade. I have the price that I did this trade at, $2.50. Before I get to these strikes, I do want to show you, if you go right here to our graph, and you go down to the follow page, I post these trades as soon as I make them. And you can see I made this trade today at 9:50 a.m. So if you have the Tasty Trade platform and you're looking at the follow page, you can see this trade here. It gives you all the Greeks that I just showed you, or all the numbers that I just showed you. This is the IVR of the stock. I bought a butterfly. I have a 90% profit. If you open this up, 9 times out of 10, maybe 95 times out of 100, you will see that I always put a little bit of a description in here, but I love that you watch this podcast or you go on YouTube, that you listen to the podcast or you go on YouTube to watch this and find out why I am doing this. Patent pending broken wing butterfly in SPX. I say patent pending because I've had very good success on these broken wing butterflies in SPX. Now, I should have a good success because they do have a 90% probability of success. And if you're managing this at some number over the credit that you received or under the credit you received, you buy it for a lower debit than $250. In my example, you should have a high probability of success. I've had a very good high probability of success on this trade, well over 90%. Now let's take a look at what I'm doing in here. I'm going all the way down to around the one standard deviation, that 15 to 20-ish delta. I'm going to the 18 delta, 41.20. I'm going $50 wide, and I'm selling 2 of the 40.70 puts. I'm buying 1, you'll see down here, of the 41.20 puts, selling 2 of the 40.70 puts. Now that trade alone, 1 by 2, is a ratio spread, similar to the one I did in NVIDIA on Tuesday. That worked on Tuesday and Wednesday and is suffering today with NVIDIA going lower today by about $7 or so. Well, that's the 1 by 2 ratio spread. Now I'm going to define that risk because it uses way too much buying power. In a margin account, a 1 by 2, the spread that you see right here on the screen, buying 1 41.20 put, selling 2 40.70 puts, would use about $71,000. Now the average account size is somewhere around $50,000. That's out of the reach of most retail investors, even those with an average size account. Now, if you define that risk, I like to go 2 times as wide as the spread that I'm buying. Since I'm buying a $50 wide spread, that's 41.20 to 40.70, I like to go $100 wide, that's 39.70 to 40.70, and I do that 1 to 1. So I'm 1 by 2 by 1, skip strike butterfly, broken wing butterfly, call it what you like. Defined risk trade uses around $4,750. That's that $250 credit. It says the max loss is obviously what your risk is, $4,750. It's just the math between all of these 3 option series. But the max profit is an unusual thing to look at, and I think it's nice for you to see. $42.50, if the stock were to close, or SPX, a cash settled product, were to close at 40.70, well, you would be long that 41.20, 41.70 put spread one time. That would be worth $5,000 plus the $250 that you collected to put on this trade. Right here, you would make at that number at expiration 56 days from now, because I am using the November options with 56 days to go. And I did put this trade on with SPX right here, so I would imagine you'd be able to get filled at 250 or 255 when you see this podcast, or if it's at that point when you see it at the time. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. Do me a favor. Open, move, transfer, take your account to Tasty Trade. Why? Well, not only does it help us keep the lights on here and provide all of this Tasty Live free content for you, but it also allows you to have the greatest trading platform built by traders for traders. And you know what? You can always email me. Want to talk to me? bat@tastylive.com. You want to talk to Tom? Tom@tastylive.com. Do that with any other brokerage firm or any other organization and see how long it takes them to answer your email.